Hi, you guys. This is Misty with Cancerian Chronicles. Welcome or welcome back. We are going to do a collective energy reading just to see what messages that come out. Give me just a moment. And you guys make sure that you hit the like button, hit that thumbs up. And we're going to go ahead and get started. If you're interested in your own personal reading, please be sure to check out my description box, but we're going to go ahead and get started. I have a Stan store, so it's stan.store/the Oracle Evolution. You can do a personal video reading, and I think it's like $25 if you're interested, if you're looking for real clarity, because you're looking to make real change and get real results in your life. Okay. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what messages we have for the collective. Okay, messages for the collective. Messages for the collective. What does the collective need to know? Okay, so the first card that comes out is Heartbreak, which is the Three of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have Five of Wands, which is suggesting that there is some type of power struggle going on. Yeah, and at the top of the deck is Two of Cups, which is reconciliation. For one of you, some of you, none of you, I don't know, but it could be like maybe you're not talking to someone. Either this is a lover or this is a family member or a friend, and it could be painful for you or the other person or both, and it really has something to do with some type of power struggle. There's something to do with someone wanting to be right in a situation as opposed to wanting to be happy. I mean, I don't know if that's something that someone needs to kind of dive into to see if that's what the issue is for. Either this is for you or this is for that person. But it feels like reconciliation is definitely possible, but there has to be both parties may have to end up like putting their egos to the side is the initial energy that I'm getting with that. Okay, what else do we need to know? What is the energy for the collective? Energy for the collective. Okay. All right, yeah, we have the Eight of Swords, which is helplessness. So I don't know if someone is pretending like they're a victim in the situation, or someone feels like, you know, there's not anything much of like what they can do as it relates to the situation. Now, if it's the other person that is kind of like, you know, in their feelings, or this other person is just wanting, like they're in their ego, and that's where this power struggle is, like they want to be in control of a situation, then there isn't much that you can do about that. Oh, at the bottom, yeah, we have the Two of Swords at the bottom, which says being at a crossroads. It's like someone just has to make a decision. We have Five of Pentacles, which is financial hardship, and this is at the top of the deck. So for someone, it could be like, what it really is like there could be like some spat or dispute as it relates to, you know, to money. Or it could be that maybe someone is embarrassed because they're having some type of financial hardship. Someone is having some problems with their finances, and they don't, you know, it's like they don't want the other person to know about this. Okay. All right. Michael, no, I'm not doing any free readings. I don't do anything for free. So unless you're a member. So if you want to be a member of the channel, feel free, and I might do some readings there. Okay, what else? What else does the collective need to know? But thank you for being here, Michael. Messages for the collective. Oh, okay, wow. So these just flew, like, just so you guys know, like my cards stay in the upright. I don't manipulate them in any form or fashion. So when it falls in reverse, it falls in reverse. So we have the Nine of Wands, which came out in reverse, and this is about defensiveness. And then we have the Eight of Cups, which is about fear of abandonment. So this really is, someone is definitely in their ego. It's kind of like that energy of like, I got to get them before they get me, right? Like I have to dump them before they dump me. Maybe someone feels like, you know, they don't have the financial they don't have the finances, or they're embarrassed about their finances, which we saw that earlier. And they feel like, you're going to dump them, or you're not going to want to be with them, or like you're not going to support them. So just kind of, they're just going to go ahead and do a preliminary strike and, I don't know, withdraw themselves from the situation, or they could be getting a little snarky, a little nasty type energy. At the bottom of the deck, though, we have the Seven of Swords, which says theft. So that's a bit concerning. At the top of the deck, we have the Four of Swords, which is mental break. This is weird, and this could just be for one of you, some of you, or none of you. But whoever this person is, like, they might be so hard up, like they're considering actually doing something that is definitely going to hurt them in the long run. I don't feel like this is flat out like, just like going in someone's purse. I feel like someone is being tempted to participate in some type of scam. There's some type of scammer type energy there. So if that's you, just kind of be careful with that. At the bottom of the deck, we have this Five of Pentacles, which is about financial hardship. So that's coming back around. And at the top, we have Knight of Pentacles, which is methodical. So if someone is experiencing some type of financial hardship, I feel like you can get out of it, or whoever can get out of this situation. But you have to be very strategic with, number one, like how you're spending your money. And also there's something to do with like the work that you're doing. Okay, what it is that you're investing in, how you're investing your time and your energy. So that's really important. Okay, what else? I feel like, again, for one of you, some of you, none of you, I don't know, but someone may have like lost their job, or you feel like you're at risk of losing your job, and that's where this helpless energy is coming from. Someone may feel like, they're being attacked when it comes to work, like, maybe coworkers or a boss is being kind of nasty in the workplace. And so there's some type of like defensive energy, and there's that fear that, you're going to be let go. So I don't know who this is for. It feels like it's keeping someone up at night, and someone is just like, I don't know. I don't know if someone is like taking something from the job, like little by little. If you are, yeah, you may want to be mindful of, I don't know, something to do with some cameras. So I don't know. I don't know what that's about, but let's keep going. What does the collective need to know? What's going on? And you guys, again, thank you for being here. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Messages. Ooh, okay. Yeah, look at that. I said be mindful of that. We have the Nine of Swords, and this has something to do with guilt. Huh. What's at the bottom? At the bottom, we have Strength, which is compassion. Someone in this situation is feeling guilty. Look, and we have the Lovers at the top, which says love. So there could be something to do with, like, remember the initial energy had something to do with some type of heartbreak, and someone feeling like their hands are tied in a situation. So more than likely for most people, if this message resonates, it does have something to do with love. It could be that like maybe someone is like heartbroken because you feel like, someone is going through a financial hardship, or someone is watching you go through a financial hardship, but they feel like their hands are tied. There's nothing that they can do about it. And they feel kind of guilty. I don't know why it is that this person feels like they can't assist, or, I mean, I don't know what that's about. Let's see. Hi, Richie Rich. Hi, Irfin. Molly. I can't see all the names. Sorry, you guys. Okay, messages for the collective. Messages for the collective. What is this guilt? We have the High Priestess, which says subconscious knowledge. This feels kind of like some out of sight, out of mind energy. Like I feel like someone knows that another person is struggling, or someone is going through some type of hardship, maybe that financial hardship. Someone knows about this, but it's like someone feels like out of sight, out of mind. There's subconscious knowledge, and then we have the Moon. Like someone knows what is going on. Let's move on. Okay, I'm going to try this little handmade deck and see what else comes out with this energy. Okay, collective messages. Messages for the collective. What is going on? I feel like someone is watching. Someone is watching. It says your aura will command attention before you even speak. And then at the bottom, it says your appearance will open doors. Be intentional about how you present yourself. It almost feels like for someone, like there's a test. Oh, wow. So it feels like someone is testing another person. Like maybe someone feels like you have to do something on your own, or you're watching someone. You could be watching someone else and you feel like this person, like it's kind of like you know that they can do it, or that they know you can do it. And it's like if they interfere, it's almost like you're not going to live up to your full potential. So I don't know who this is that is watching. Your ability to remain strategic will set you apart in your industry. I feel like there's something, like there's a need for someone to remain consistent with something that they're working on, whether this is a project, or this could even be like a relationship. Like let's say you're in a long-term committed, serious relationship and things are kind of rocky. Like there could be, like someone, a friend or a family member that's watching, they're seeing that you're kind of struggling within the relationship. But it's kind of like if you really want things to work out, like you have to persist. I don't know. That's weird. What is this? It says you will soon be surrounded by women who prioritize financial elevation. A missed opportunity will return, but with more favorable terms. And your next level will require you to move differently. It's almost like something is coming full circle. For someone, there's some type of like need for a relationship, and it's like impacting, or it's affecting your finances. Like that's where this financial hardship keeps coming in, and someone does not quite understand that the more that you are like pouring into a relationship, you're no longer pouring into yourself. You're no longer focused on your finances, and that's when like someone's finances start to tank. So it's almost like you have to make a choice. You have to make a decision at this point in time in your life. Like, what is the most important thing for you? What do you want to focus on? Do you like, if you want to focus on relationship, that's fine, but know that like your finances are suffering as a result. And if you want to focus on finances, your romantic life, like that might suffer a bit as well. Okay. I don't know if someone is trying to do too much at one time. And that could be something like a cycle, like that's something that someone has done in the past. Like you're supposed to learn from a lesson of like trying to focus on too many things at one time. It's like you need to get a really strong foundation in whatever your main goal is before you start, dabbling in other things. But it says, you will receive an unexpected message from someone who once underestimated you. Interesting. But that's interesting because I feel like for some of you guys, like let's say you stopped focusing on love and relationships and you did start pouring more into yourself, or focusing on work or a business or a project, or something that you have going on. For some of you guys, it could be like you have a platform and you started focusing on that and you're starting to be more visible. You're starting to make more money. Like there's something to do with that. You're starting to get more clients. Someone didn't want anything to do with you before. I'm hearing back then didn't want me. Now I'm hot, all on me. Or this is something that is about to happen. Someone could have kind of like snubbed their noses at you in the past because you were having a financial hardship. And now all of a sudden that things are starting to pick up for you. Now they're wanting to message you like, hey, big head, how you doing? Right? It's that type of energy. Yes, it says someone will claim to want to build with you, but they secretly expect for you to build for them. So that is an important message. At the top, it says you will soon be presented with a low value opportunity and for you to say no. Yes, this is someone who did not recognize your worth and your value the first time around, or when they first met you, or at some point in a relationship, this person could have decided to like go on another path. And now it's like, you know, Richie Rich says a perfect circle. This is something coming full circle. This person is coming back around. Oh, wow. Yeah, someone is coming back around. But someone didn't believe in you. They didn't believe in your love. They didn't believe in your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, your goals. Someone didn't believe in something that you were doing. And now it's like you're showing them. It's like you can show them better than you can tell them. And I feel like before you were focused on like trying to get some type of validations, like, look what I can do, like trying to tell people like what you were gonna do, what it was that you want to do. And those people, I feel like they disappeared. This person or these people, they disappeared. And now you're to the point to where you're just going to show them, and here they come. Here they come. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, what else? Messages for the collective. What does the collective need to know? Messages for the collective. Yeah, firm foundation came out. I'm telling you, some of you guys are working on like, I'm hearing taking care of business. Some of you guys are working on your foundation. Some of you guys are having to rebuild something from the ground up. You're having to rebuild your life, or, you know, there's something to do with that. But it's like this person or these people, they were not around to help you build. But once things are like, once you get things under, I don't know, it's like once you have a certain number of steps completed, it's like they're going to come in like, you know, oh, I'll help you with that. This reminds me of like, I think this was like a couple of weeks ago, and I live in the country, so they're not like a lot of people, you know, well, my road is kind of busy for it to be the country. But I remember I was taking my trash out, and it's kind of far, you know, down the road. So I'm walking down my driveway, taking my trash out, and you know, there was like a truck or something, like they're watching me take my trash out. Okay. And once I get to the actual spot where I'm about to put my trash down, the person is like, oh, let me get that for you. No, you watched me struggle with the trash like from my house all the way to here, and now that I'm here, you're going to use that as an excuse to want to, you know, try to talk to me by saying, oh, let me get that for you. No, it doesn't work that way. Like that person, I would have been impressed if they saw me with this trash and they came rushing, you know, towards the beginning of my journey of taking out the trash to say, hey, let me get that for you. That would have been impressive. But waiting until I'm about to drop the trash in the spot that it goes to say, let me get that for you, absolutely not. Absolutely. And that's the energy that I'm getting. It's like you're halfway through a journey, or you're almost done, like at the end of a journey of, you know, something that you're doing. And here they come talking about, you know, hi Homer. And they're talking about, let me help you. Let me do this with you. Let me do this for you. No, it's too late. It's too late. Yeah. What else? Oh, geez. That one flew to the floor, so we're just going to let that stay. Yeah, we have emotional loss, and that came in reverse. So we have the number 5. This is about some type of change. I feel like maybe if you were the type of person that you were super emotional before, you would get into your feelings before. It's like, yeah. You're not focused on like emotions about how people make you feel anymore. This is about you focus on, you know, just yourself, what you need for yourself. Like you don't need validation. We talked about that earlier of like someone needing some type of validation from external sources or from people at the beginning, but now you don't need that. Yeah. At the bottom, we have hope. And at the top, we have this solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is about confidence. It's like you've built up your confidence within yourself that you don't need external forces or external validation from anyone. Okay. What else? Oh, geez. Yeah. We have rejoice in celebration. At the bottom, it is the shadow, which is number 18. And at the top, we have universe here. I feel like you've learned the lessons that you need to learn, and it's kind of like the universe is celebrating you for the lessons that you've learned, or there's something to do with a lesson that you're about to learn, or you're about to demonstrate that you've learned some type of lesson that has to do with, you know, being emotionally stable, emotionally guarded. And it's kind of like, I don't know, there's an energy of like someone treating you like you were slow. Someone was trying to treat you like you were slow, like you didn't know, like they could just come in and take advantage of you. Like you wouldn't see through their farce or through their, you know, whatever lies that they were trying to tell you. Anything else? I think this is about it, you guys. Yeah, we have material and spiritual prosperity. Again, at the beginning, I talked about someone may have had at some point there was something to do with like heartbreak over like someone either broke up or walked away because of some type of financial hardship that you were experiencing, or maybe they were experiencing, whatever this is. There was a whole lot of like power struggle and ego involved in this situation, but I feel like someone left you potentially when you needed them the most. And because of that, you were able to pull back your energy, you were able to detach, and you were able to focus on, you know, your finances. So yeah, and that is going to definitely work out in your favor. So we are going to leave it there. I hope that these messages were helpful, you guys. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Again, if you're interested in your own personal reading with me, I will have that in the description box. Hi, Ghost Dog. How are you? But thank you guys so much for watching. Have a beautiful and fantabulous rest of your day. Bye now. Mwah.